Disclaimer: this video contains clips and scenes from other properties. I do not own these clips. This is simply just to help out with the video better. With this in mind, Copyright Act 1976. I do not own these things and all clips and scenes belong to their rightful and respectful owners. Thank you, and please enjoy the video. What's up, people of YouTube? F-Man Critic back, and 26 years ago, a movie came out called Good Burger. In other words, that classic line,
"Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?"
Yeah, that one. That one. A movie about two dudes who work at a fast food joint called the Good Burger, and they go through an adventure to take down a competitive restaurant right across the street. And here's something I knew. There's something that I know, that this movie was based on something that Nickelodeon did before the movie, but I didn't really do my homework that well on it, so I don't really know about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you what I know about the movie. The movie kind of starts off with this dude named Ed, who has this weird ass dream where all the burgers come to life and they have freaking eyeballs. And they're like, Ed, we love you. Take us home. Don't sell us. It just gets fucking weird. Then he falls into this weird hole thing that looks like something out of an old PC game. It turns out it was all just a dream. We get introduced to Ed, a sweet, lovable, but at the same time, I'm dog shit for brains, dude. Yeah, seriously. This guy, I is so dumb. He's nearly this close to chasing cars. Anyway, all we know is he really loves the Good Burger. He always keeps saying, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?" He's very clumsy, and we go through a bunch of hijinks ensue as he, goes to his job. And then we're mentioned about this place called Mondo Burger that's been built up for 10 months across the street. They're not worried at all that it's never going to drive them out of business, but let's see how that continues. Anyway, and then we get introduced to Dexter, who's just ready to leave his school because he's going on summer vacation. Then he gets stopped by his teacher, who's Sinbad from Jingle All the Way, who's got the most ridiculous outfit I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, Dexter decides since his mom's out of town, he's just gonna party all day, But then he gets into a fender bender with his teacher, and so therefore he has to get a job in order to get the money. At first, he tries out at Mondo Burger, where we get introduced to the villain of the movie. Basically, this guy is really intense. He kind of reminds me a bit of the villain from Extreme Goofy movie. If that villain was okay with murdering and basically just acting more crazier than he was before, Anyway, Dexter gets fired, but then Ed helps him get a job at the Good Burger, and then we get introduced to the Burger Mobile, aka the prototype for the Patty Wagon from the SpongeBob movie. Anyway, and while basically the majority of the movie is basically about them trying to compete with Mondo Burger. Mondo Burger at first wins and has the most craziest opening for a restaurant ever. Seriously, they have a red carpet and ready to cut the ribbon on the restaurant just for something that looks retro and cool. Well, anyway, they take a look at the burger and it is massive. It is a real big patty, Anyway, and Dexter finds out that Ed's the dude who gave him that fender bend. Well, what's got him into the fender bender. And then we get introduced to honestly my favorite part of the movie.
What? I'm Great Nose Boy. Bloobity, 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 bloobity,
Stop
bloobity,
that.
bloobity, bloobity,
Would you stop?
bloobity, 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 bloobity,
That ain't funny.
bloobity, bloobity, bloobity. They just laugh.
So, oh, I give.
That never gets old. Anyway, and then we find out that Ed makes this like really, really nice sauce that all of his co-workers really like, and so they decide to put it on the menu, and it drives the business so much like they're getting all their customers back, and but then Dexter decides to make Ed sign a contract that makes sure that Dexter gets 80% of the profits off the sauce. Well, you know, basically scamming him, and then Ed and takes Dexter someplace, and we learn a bit about him, like what happened to his dad and how he had a yo-yo when he was a kid, basically just trying to have a moment, even though he literally just conned him just like a minute ago, whatever. Then there's a scene in the movie where they get an endorsement by Kazam himself, and then the leader of Mondo Burger gets like really upset. He's all, so he hires a woman named Roxanne to go on a date with Ed to figure out what's in the sauce so they can get their customers back. And Dexter invites his coworker Monique, and well, how did that date go? Oh, for you, Roxanne. Yeah, she pretty much gets beaten up in practically the most Tom and Jerry thing I've ever seen in my life. She just is practically just slapstick, just slapstick. It's funny and it's stupid, but at the same time, funny. Anyway, she quits. And then like there's a scene in the movie where Ed gives Dexter that yo-yo he had when he was a kid with the $13 he had, and and honestly that just really proves that how sweet Ed is of a guy. And then when he tries to ask Monique out again, she denies him, and then she finds out that she conned Ed, and then she's like really mad at him and stuff like that. And honestly, if I'm being honest here, I honestly thought this scene was going to play out more in the story. Like, there's this big scene in the movie where Monique calls Dexter out for conning Ed, even though Ed is one of the sweetest guys ever. Where, and he freaking cons him, and then she rightfully, gets pissed and, might not want to go on a date with him ever again. But at the same time, at the ending of the movie, like, does it ever play out again? No, we never even see Monique again. Like, I mean, sure, she's there in the background, yes, but she never interacts with Ed or Dexter again. Like, she's just there just so that way Dexter can have a conscience about the whole thing, or at least feel guilty about what he did. I'm just saying, like I wish they played a bigger part in the movie. Like they play it off as this big scene, but it doesn't get like a payback or something. Like Dexter doesn't tell Monique that he said he's sorry, or at least she acknowledges what he did the right thing in the end by, no longer conning Ed out of the money or something like that. She never acknowledges it or whatever. It's like what could have been a good scene just ended up being a pointless scene just to give Dex just guilt so he can have character development. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, Ed and Dexter sit and there's a hungry dog. They offer him a Mondo burger because it's more bigger, but the dog realizes something up with it, so they give him a good burger, and the dog likes it. And then what's up with the burgers? Turns out the Mondo Burger employees are using dangerous chemicals to make the meat bigger. So Ed and Dexter dress up as women and try to go in, but they get captured and then sent into an institution where Ed makes friends with a lady there, and Dexter is just trying to survive. Anyway, and then the Mondo Burger employees decide to drug the sauce by using shark poison, basically get everyone sick. But then Otis spots them, and he gets sent to the institution as well. Luckily, they manage to break out by distracting the guards and then stealing something and then getting thrown out of windows. And then they go on a crazy ass chase, anyway, and then Ed manages to stop anyone from eating the sauce and explains what happens. And then they finally go to Mondo Burger, put an end to it. Dexter distracts them while Ed gets rid of all the dangerous chemicals by putting all of it in the same thing, causing a crazy ass chain reaction where all the meat explodes and fucking up the kitchen and destroying the place. Sending the villains to jail while at the same time the teacher gets his car destroyed again, and then the movie, and then Dexter apologizes for what he did, and he cancels the contract. Ed has right for his sauce and all that, and they're all friends, and then everyone is worshiping Ed. And how does the movie send off?
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
So that was the Good Burger. I'm being honest here, I'm mixed on it. Like, on one hand, it's just a silly, goofy, the children's comedy about a restaurant competing with another restaurant. And it does have its moments. It does have like moments. All right, there are moments where it's good. And there are moments where it was like poorly written. Right, Dexter and Ed are kind of fun, and I will admit some of the locations were fun. And after 26 years, they decided to make a sequel. Well, that's going straight to Paramount Plus. Good Burger 2. Holy hell, that is insane. Well, I feel like there's only 3 reasons why this movie exists. 1, we live in a day and age where even though things were made years ago, it either gets a sequel, spin-off, a remake, or anything, and just because, it's nostalgic. Reason 2, just said it, it's nostalgic. Reason 3, this line from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Where you guys been all this time, huh?
Reruns.
You know that's never gonna happen to us, right?
Yep, after 26 years, they decided to make a sequel. And if I'm being honest here, in a way, I'm kinda mixed on it. Like I said, it's clear that this movie's just a paycheck. But then again, it did get the actors who are playing Ed and Dexter back, so, I guess it's not too bad. Either way, a Good Burger 2 just sounds, but then again, we live in a day and age where things that were made like 20 to 30 years ago either gets a sequel, reboot, remake, spin-off, prequel, you name it. Hollywood will do it. Anyway, this review shout-out goes to Cooking with Fred. He's a dude that makes cartoon food. It's basically like Feast of Fiction, but all of his videos are like 1 minute short. They're not bad. They're pretty good. I recommend and giving them a watch. They certainly, and go check out Cooking with Fred. It is the F-Man Critic telling you to like, subscribe, hit notification. See you guys next time. See ya.